welcome to the January surge. Woo! It is 2016,
Can you
everybody.
believe 2016, 2015 just flew by.
It's unbelievable. The older you get, the faster it goes,
I know,
doesn't it?
but a lot of fun in 2015.
I think it was a great
And
year.
we accomplished a lot in 2015.
Not only did we accomplish a lot, we helped a lot of people. And that's really what it's about. This is, of course, Michael Neiman, the fabulous, my co-conspirator here. And next to him is the even more fabulous The Cup, which we'll talk about. Don't put fingerprints on it.
I have to polish it every
Where's
night.
the? You're the one that polishes the cup?
I'm the one.
All right, very good. So, welcome to the Surge. We got a couple of hours to squeeze in so much information that your mind is going to spin. So, I've got my notepad, I've got my pen and pencil, I've got my Get Results notepad, because I don't want to forget what this is about, because this is about giving you the information so that you can get results from January, from 2016. And as I said this morning on the call, if you look back at 2015, which we'll take a little bit of time to look back, but as you look back at what your physical results were, maybe you didn't achieve everything you wanted by year end. Maybe your business wasn't all where you wanted it to be, or your elite points didn't line up to where. Now you look at that and you go, what am I going to do in 2016 to make a change? Now, we give people a lot of opportunity to do exciting things and to achieve a lot. In the guy's pointing at that. Oh, hey, good to see you over there. There's no light on that, Carrie.
You'll just have to raise your hand when they want you to look over there.
Bark.
You have to raise your hand. Yeah.
You bark, you meow.
Yeah.
Just kidding. By the way, our social team over here, we got a camera on them.
There they are.
There we go.
Looking
See, caught him off
lovely.
guard. He was, I don't know what he was doing.
They look very social.
It's really fascinating. This is like a TV show.
Yeah.
We got a real TV show. And, it's over. See? You're supposed to bark.
Woof. Oh.
He refuses to bark.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. This is high tech. All right, so 2015 kicked off the year. We had a surge.
We had a surge.
And we then launched a product. 21 Day Fix Extreme was sort of the first big news of last year. And that combined with 21 Day Fix really broke all records. I mean, the combination of those two programs was absolutely huge, and I had pretty good results with that as well.
It's incredible. I mean, the coaches were able to, create challenge groups, and most importantly, like you say, get people results with that product, along with all of our other products. But really, 21 Day Fix was the one that we heard over and over again that people were going to, getting great results, being able to form challenge groups, and as a result of the results, they had coaches, they had customers that were becoming enthusiasts and advocates for the lifestyle that we lead, and then those customers were becoming coaches themselves.
Well, what's valuable about having 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme that I found in the December Fix group was you had people supporting each other on all this, because it's very different content, even though the 21 days and they have the containers, different diet options and so on. But the people who were in 21 Day Fix Extreme could help the 21 Day Fix people understand, because they had already been there and done that. And also they helped pull along the people in 21 Day Fix to then do a round of 21 Day Fix Extreme. So if you're considering what program should you do, or what should your next challenge group be, 21 Day Fix and a 21 Day Fix combo is actually a very good combination to consider. It's been around a long time, and it's now proven itself to be really good. But let's look at some of the other stuff that happened.
Well, we had our Success Club trip. That was fantastic. Do you remember that? There was
I was drunk.
pyramid. You went under the pyramid. No, we were.
Yeah, let's not talk about that story.
We were in Cancun for our Success Club trip,
That's
and
right.
that was just mind-blowing. I mean, it was hard to believe that we had over 3,000 people on our Success Club trip. I remember, Carl, our Success Club trips used to have 20 people on them, and now we had over 3,000 people on the Success Club trip. It was fantastic. That went right on to Summit, another record-breaking event at Summit. We had, about 20,000 people at Summit and launched some incredible products at Summit.
Of course, we launched the Shakeology Boosts, which, by the way, are still on the Boost bundles, are 25% off.
That's
if
right.
you haven't taken advantage of those, I think that's just another week or so.
Until the 13th will be the last full day.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, sorry, am I
That's
jumping
all right.
ahead? See, I'm just trying
You're
to
the
cram
boss.
it all in there. Well,
I work with you.
I can ruin a good news show.
Okay.
But we launched Size. That was exciting. I apologize again for my dancing. But now, because we are cramming a lot in, I'm
Keep going.
okay, we just keep it going. On top of, launching Size last year, which was just a great record breaker. It made a fantastic August for the business. We actually have some Size news. You might have heard a little bit of rumblings that we have a title that we're going to put on Beachbody On Demand. I'm not going to tell you about that, except on the 7th. Is that Thursday? So the 7th, Thursday, we will announce a very exciting partnership about that title that we're going to put up on the 12th. So just another thing to note, that there's news in the world of Size. If you love that program, you're going to love this news.
So you and me can bust out some new moves.
Of course we can.
All right, I'm excited.
Hopefully not in the same place at the same time. We had Beachbody Performance that we launched, and I got to tell you, that has been a game changer for me. My results in 2015, I actually didn't use the Beachbody Performance line when I did 21 Day Fix Extreme, because we actually didn't know how the supplements would match up with the portions that we were calculating what the calories would look like. But some people did, and they had outrageous results, and my results would have been so much better because once I started, after I did my round of 21 Day Fix Extreme, I maintained my results most of the year really well. Like, I stayed strong throughout the year. And at 51 years old, I was pretty happy about that. So now, as I'm doing Masters Hammer and Chisel, I am using Beachbody Performance. And speaking of Masters Hammer and Chisel,
Not a bad way to close the year.
Not a bad way to close the year. I mean, we had a lot of excitement on Beachbody On Demand with the sneak peeks there, and that was breaking all sorts of records. But, what a great way to end the year with the 1st of December launching Masters Hammer and Chisel. You guys totally ate it up. We'll talk a little bit about how much money we raised for Upward Bound House to help homeless families get a place to live for an entire year. But really, the Masters Hammer and Chisel kicked us off into the exact perfect position to get results in 2016, because as I said this morning, what's so important about this company, what sets us apart, is the fact that we're not just new product, new product, new product. We really stay true to this mission of wanting to help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. Everything we do has to pass that test, that we're going to help somebody, so that when you, as a coach, are out there talking to somebody, your job is not to try to sell people. Your job is to try to find out what their goal is so that you can help them achieve that goal. Help people get results, okay? So that is what Masters Hammer and Chisel, the challenge group. I know Sean T right now has an asylum group, a huge asylum group going, and there are literally thousands of challenge groups happening all across the country, led by coaches, some of them smaller, some of them larger, but people are supporting each other and really getting results. But to that end, I want to wrap up one thing. We had the year-end resolution campaign that we did in November and December. You have, if you took your before photo in November or December and then maybe did the December fix with us and got some great results, take your after photo. You can submit them. Where do they submit them? How do they know? Well, it's on my page actually right now, on my Facebook page. Is that where it is?
It's on the Masters Hammer and Chisel Facebook.
It's on the year end.
The fix.
On the December fix page.
Yeah, it's on the fix page.
Okay, but it's not just December fix. Can you make sure that that's on my page too?
Yeah, right now it's on the tab on the fix page.
We'll get it on Carl's page.
Yeah, thanks.
That's
a
we'll
decisive
make an
move.
executive decision. Let's get
Way
it
to
on
go.
Carl's page.
All right, so we're going to link to it so that you can submit your before and after results. The reason that's important, and I know we want to get to a phone caller, our first guest, but we have $30,000 up for grabs in the year-end resolution. $5,000 for the top male and female success stories from just the year-end. This isn't about the entire Beachbody Challenge. This is just the year-end. So $5,000 for the number one, on to $4,000, $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000 for the top 5 male and female inspirational stories from the end of the year. We're also giving away 1,000 performance packs, sampler packs to people who submit their results, and a t-shirt exclusively for the year-end resolution to everybody who submits their before and afters. So take advantage of that. You did the work. Why not submit your results? I know I felt pretty buff after finishing 21 Day Fix Extreme. And so now we have the Masters Challenge, another group. You take your before, and you can submit your results in March, but we'll get to that a little bit later.
So you know, Carl, on top of all of that amazing stuff, I mean, our coaches really had tremendous results in 2015. You know, the official numbers are going to come out next week, but we had almost 300 elite coaches this year, 100 premier coaches. And it just shows our leadership is maturing year after year. And it's really our leadership and our coaches that are keeping this engine going. And to give us a little insight into that, we have one of those leaders.
Bring him up.
Bring him on.
Scotty Hobbs, are you on the line?
Hey, I'm here, Carl and Michael.
All right,
Oh, there
Scott,
he is.
there he is. Now, let's set him up. We need to, what do we, edify the guest, right? Four-time elite coach, newest coach advisory board member, father of 5, coaching since 2010, and we were lucky enough to spend some time biking through, was it Italy?
It was Italy.
That's right. We biked, we ate everything except pizza because I couldn't find pizza.
Exactly.
in
And
Italy.
he does a mean elk call. But
Really?
we'll cover that on
Do
another,
the elk call
Yeah.
some other time. All right, now we're talking about goals and getting results. And that is something that you have been so great at in your business, truly running the business the way, the mission statement, what it's about. How do you get to somebody's goals so that you can truly help keep them accountable?
I think that's one of the most important things that we've got to do first individually for ourselves, identify for that for ourselves before we can help somebody else identify that. But one thing that I work with is really helping them find out the reason for them to hit that goal. What's the reason? What's the purpose of them achieving the goal? Whether it's losing 50 pounds, whether it's getting in better shape, or find out what it is that they actually need, and then tying them to that goal. What it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like when they achieve that goal. And then as you help them achieve that goal, Carl, is help them set another goal, continually setting the next thing for them so they always have something that they're driving towards. That's something that I've always done in my own transformation that keeps me pushing forward, is knowing exactly why I'm doing it, what's the reason for it, and then rewarding myself along the way and setting a new goal when I hit that goal. So I help teach people how to do that.
Hey, Scotty, I was just going to ask, when you're working with people, how often do you have to go back to those goals?
Oh man, you have to revisit goals often with people. Help them at least in the very beginning, is revisit those goals with them and help remind them when they fall off track. I see so many times, and that's why I love being a coach, is so many times people will mess up during Christmas or mess up during the holiday for 3 days and they think it's over, and they begin to doubt themselves. And I think my role as a coach, what I've found that really helps them is just helping them revisit them, helping them realize that it's not the end of the world if you miss 1 day or 2 days, and then helping them understand that you can decide today, pick up today, and not restart your program, but just if you missed a day yesterday of Hammer and Chisel, for example, let's say it's your day 21, just tell them, hey, it's not the end of the world. You missed it. Let's do that workout today. So I have to revisit with them often on those goals, help them keep them on track on where they want to go in their transformation. And then, asking them, I think sometimes you got to ask them hard questions if they do start to slow down in their transformation, which I never saw before when I was trying, prior to Beachbody, I was trying, to get in shape. I never had somebody that could ask me, like if I fell off track, say, hey, Scotty, you told me that you wanted to lose 40 pounds and be able to get off using energy drinks and eating crap for breakfast. Did that change? Did your goal change? Did the way you want your life to be changed? And so it was nice for me to have that coach to ask me those questions to keep me on track. So that's what I get to do for others, is just help remind them of what they want out of their transformation, out of their program, out of their life with Team Beachbody.
Now, one thing I've found valuable, and tell me what you think about this, when you know somebody's long-term goal, and somebody can say, I want to be elite this year, or somebody can say, I want to lose 75 pounds over the course of the year. Does it help, or how do you go about recognizing them along the way So for instance, in the Masters Challenge group, now I'm having firsthand experience with the Masters Challenge group, and I just try to acknowledge that you did day one. I did day one. I'm so proud of myself. And so talk about recognition of the steps along the way to achieving a goal.
Absolutely. So I think one of the things to realize, and I hope it's okay sharing this, I have 4 vital behaviors in my business and that I teach my coaches, and recognition is the 4th one. And it's not recognition for a rank or an income goal or any of those things. It's recognizing somebody for something positive that they're doing to move them towards their goal. So it's, if someone gets 7 days in a row of their transformation, doesn't miss it, 7 days, 1 week, I think that deserves recognition, because as they get that recognition, because often we don't get that in our life, they feel empowered. They feel like they're moving in the right direction. And I've seen so often, someone will lose, let's say they do 21-day fix and they lose 10 pounds, but their end goal was 20 pounds. If you don't ask them, like, hey, how are you doing so far? Where are you at on your goal? Sometimes I'll see them even just say like, I didn't hit my goal. You kind of a discouragement, like I didn't lose 20 pounds. And then I'll ask them, what did you lose? How many inches did you lose? And they'll share 10 pounds, and then it's helping them realize that is awesome. That's great that they've got to that point, and that encourages them to continue their transformation along the way, to continue going, and that you're not always going to hit your goal exactly as you set it, but as long as you're taking the right steps and moving in the right direction, and you recognize that in them, they're going to be able to feel more empowered to continue on their transformation.
So let's turn that same sort of theory or thesis over to the financial opportunity. Because the one thing we see sometimes is people come into the business, they're super excited about the financial opportunity, but they get so focused on it that they really forget about helping people, or they burn out if they're not loaded in the first 30 days. How do you, when somebody's got an ambition of paying off their mortgage or their student loans, or creating a 6-figure income, or getting their spouse to come home from work kind of thing, how do you help people have some patience and recognize what steps they're making toward making a productive business for them?
Okay, so I think this is great. One thing that I do often with this is, from the outside, they don't see all of the work that happened prior to somebody achieving these goals. So what I do is, personally, I share with my coaches that I did P90X 4 entire rounds before I ever became a coach, and I was telling everybody about it. So I help them understand, and I say it simply like this. I was a coach basically in that aspect for 4 years without ever making a dollar with Team Beachbody, even though I wasn't technically signed up. So I help them understand that it is a process first and foremost. And then one thing that I do is I teach them and talk to them about holding themselves accountable with really tough questions every single day to help them once they understand that it's going to take time, that you have to find out, why you're doing this, as a coach, whatever your goal is, like you said, whether it's support, pay off a mortgage or bring your spouse home. I help them understand that's their reason and their why. Help them build and develop their story that they can share with people, that will connect with people on what they're doing. And so that they know every single day why they're showing up. Why are they going to wake up at 5:30? Why are they going to get on the national wake up call? Why are they going to get on the surge right now? And help them understand that those activities are going to be what ties them back to achieving that goal, and that it's going to take time. And I often relate it to, because if you're on here listening, it may seem overwhelming sometimes at the beginning. And to help them understand that, I let them know it's like Team Beachbody, to me, what I see, it's like deciding you're going to go get a master's degree, and you get all of the material on day 1 of class, or the first day you show up to college. It's going to feel overwhelming or impossible. But when you decide that you're going to go get your master's or your bachelor's degree, I relate that to Team Beachbody. Like, you have to show up 1 semester at a time, learn from 1 teacher at a time, 1 mentor, 1 book at a time, and you show up to each class every single day. And if you don't do well in that class, you ask the teacher, or you get a tutor to help you make it through that class. And just, it's a process like that.
So Scotty,
and I help them understand that.
Scotty, we're almost out of time, but as it relates to sort of breaking it down, how important and how do you use the trips that we do, and elite points, and Success Club, and the promotions to also keep people engaged in sort of the workings of the business?
Yeah, so I think at least in any job that I've had, I'm a young guy, I'm 34 years old. Every job I've ever had, I've never really had recognition or awards, at least on a fun level. A raise was like 40 cents a year if you did really great at any job that I ever did before. So I help them understand that I've never been able to, before Beachbody, go on a trip like my first trip to the Atlantis. I teach them, hey, have you ever wanted to take your spouse on a trip, and just talk about those events like Summit in Nashville, going on the Success Club cruise to Jamaica. I know some of my best friends that recently became coaches that are working really hard. They've actually joined because they had great results with the 21-day fix and then the 21-day fix extreme, but they've never been able to take their wife or their spouse on a trip or a vacation. And I help them understand that, like, by doing this, Team Beachbody, what you've done, over the past few months with your transformation and helping other people do that, you can then tie it also to these goals that you've had that you've never known how you could do before, like taking your spouse on a trip, and that Beachbody is going to reward you in that kind of way.
That's cool. Are you going on the cruise? Will you be there?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Well, appreciate your time here, Scotty, but I'm getting the elbow from Neiman.
It wasn't an elbow.
It was, all
All right.
It was a little bit of an elbow, because he wants to talk about some big news that we've got, and so we're going to announce another trip. But first, thank you for your time. Thanks for sharing how you help people to get at what their goals are, and goal setting for their team, and recognizing the milestones along the way. Just great work, Scotty, and appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks, Scotty.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks,
man.
Mike. Thanks, Carl.
Who? Jeff? Jeff's just always with us.
Yes, I know. People think I'm Jeff.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the hair.
It must be. So,
Okay. So what do you got for us?
Okay. Now, I'm so excited. Now, every time, we talked about our Success Club trip last year was to Cancun, and it was so fabulous. And everybody wants to know every year, where are we going? And more importantly, they want to know, how do we decide where we're going? And,
It's a big process.
there's a big process. A lot goes into it. But I thought I would take them behind the scenes so that they can see exactly how we pick the trip every year.
This isn't going to be another high-tech thing that
No.
breaks in the middle.
So here we have endless destinations around the world. It
I
could
can
be-
see my house from here.
Can you? Where is it? Okay, here's what it is. Carl, I'm going to give you the honor. Normally I have Jeff do this, but I am going to give you the honor of actually selecting the location for the next Success Club trip.
Okay.
No, wait. There's a process to it. So what's going to actually happen is I'm going to spin the globe. Okay? And you're going to take your finger and you're going to drop it. And where you drop it is going to be the location of the 2017 Success Club trip.
Okay.
That's a big responsibility.
Now, I like adventures.
Yep.
I like biking. I like skiing.
Well, I hope you pick a place that aligns with that.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to pick the spot.
Here we go.
Here we go. Close your eyes.
Oh,
Okay, pick. Just hold on one second.
It's moving.
Yep.
I picked.
What'd you pick?
I picked. Hold on. I got the. I can't. I really
let me
can't
see.
read it.
Oh my goodness!
What?
You picked the Dominican Republic.
I did?
And as a matter of fact, instead of me babbling on about exactly how exciting this trip is, I made a video where I babble on. So let's cut to the video.
That's such a coincidence.
Hey coaches, I am excited to talk to you about the 2017 Success Club trip at the Hard Rock Punta Cana. That's right, we are going to the all-inclusive luxury Hard Rock Resort Hotel and Casino located in the Dominican Republic. This world-class resort has it all. White sandy beaches, the largest spa in the Caribbean, the hottest casino in the Caribbean, a Jack Nicklaus designed golf course. Well, let's just say it is going to be the ultimate rock star getaway. And because of our unprecedented growth this year, we have 2 2017 Success Club trip dates for you to choose from. The Teal Wave trip is scheduled from April 23rd to April 27th. Then the Coral Wave trip is scheduled from April 27th to May 1st. Now, both trips are exactly the same, just different dates, different days of the week. For 5 days and 4 nights, you are going to enjoy all-inclusive food and drinks. Mingle with top coaches, Beachbody corporate, even Carl Daikeler himself. You'll also have the opportunity to learn invaluable business building tips and inside secrets from some of our top producing coaches that is sure to help you grow your business. And then it's time to celebrate. That's right, reunite with old friends and be ready to make some new ones as you dance the night away and attend all kinds of fun social events. Oh, regarding your room, there are a couple of options to choose from. Now, the standard room is $1,200 plus a $300 non-refundable deposit. And we're gonna break that up into 4 quarterly payments of $300. Or if you really wanna live it up, you can upgrade to one of our deluxe presidential or family suites. Now, these rooms are $2,400 plus a $600 deposit, which $300 of that deposit is non-refundable. And we're gonna break that up into 4 quarterly payments of $600. And here's the great news. You can earn up to 1,200 trip dollars during the year from your Success Club activity. We'll deduct those trip dollars from each quarterly billing. Pretty good, huh? Now, no matter which room you choose, it is all going to be super luxurious and super fun. Now, you can get a breakdown of all the rooms at puntacana2017.com. Oh, one more thing. We also got the resort to throw in a $750 hotel credit that you can use towards the luxurious rock spa, the 18-hole Jack Nicklaus designed golf course, water activities, and more stuff. In addition to vacationing like a rock star, you will have the opportunity to work out with Beachbody's rock stars. That's right, you can get sweaty with your favorite celebrity trainers. Now, we guarantee this trip will sell out fast. So be sure to coordinate with your team and get registered so you can all experience the rock star getaway of a lifetime at the Hard Rock Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. Here's how registration works. Elite coaches, lifetime 5-star coaches, you get to register early. That's right, starting January 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, and by the way, premier all-star legends, you also have an early registration date. That begins January 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Then general registration starts January 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. For the complete details, make sure you check out all the FAQs and get registered at puntacana2017.com.
Wow.
That is impressive. And you know, Carl, everybody always asks, like this year for the cruise, they said, why couldn't you get a bigger boat? The reality is that there isn't a bigger boat. Yeah. And so this year, in order for us to accommodate more coaches, we actually are doing 2 vacations. Yeah. So that we'll have over 7,000 people between the 2 waves on that. And of course, you're gonna be there. So on both waves, you'll be straddling the waves. So
I'm going to be doing housekeeping.
You'll be doing housekeeping. So it's just going to be a fantastic trip. And one other thing that I want to point out, it was in the small print there. We said that you can earn trip dollars to help offset the cost of the cruise. Well, in January, we do a little something where we double the trip dollars. Okay. I think there's a limit. You can double up to 500 points. You'll have to check the FAQ. But it's all the more reason that in the month of January, you can get a huge head start on earning trip dollars by earning Success Club points.
Very good. Now, it's always a bit of a scramble, and people, you know, January 11th comes and they're like, I didn't know about it. So this is actually part of the job of being a coach and having a team, making sure that the people who you know this kind of incentive is important to, that they know about January 11th so that they're not like, oh, I was away and I wasn't paying attention or I missed the surge. Like, people, if you want your team on that trip, you got to make sure they know and get registered so that they have a shot at going for it.
Yeah,
right?
and I believe Malia Lisa puntacana2017.com is going up tonight. So that website will be live tonight. People can go there, get information, get all the information so that they are ready for the registration.
We also just posted an article about it on our Facebook page.
And there's an article on the Facebook page, so fantastic. But just going back to Carl, that January is the month to really get that kickstart, if you will, on earning those trip points. It's good because we've got some fantastic promotions running in January that will really help with that.
All right.
I mean, we've got, can we go through them just so
let's
everybody
do it.
knows?
And this is an important one. If you wanted to take notes of the things that tape against your wall to remember what you're going for, to remember what you can remind your prospects, your coaches, your customers that's happening right now.
Yeah.
This is the important stuff.
Right, so of course, we've got the Masters Hammer and Chisel Challenge Pack. Do we have the slides for that? So that's available for $160. That's like saving around $80 if you bought them all separately. That's normally $180, on special for $160. And not only that, but we also have, you talked about our performance line, we also have our Masters Hammer and Chisel Performance Pack. And so that, in addition to Masters Hammer and Chisel, also includes Energize and Recover from the Beachbody Performance line. So great way to help your customers get great results. That's also $160. We also have in the month of January our 21-day Fix Challenge Pack for $160 on special. And along with that, we also have the 21-day Fix Kickstart Challenge Pack that comes with the 3-day refresh to get started quick with 3-day refresh and then jump into 21-day Fix. That's for $180. We also have the 21-day Fix Extreme Challenge Pack for $160. And finally, we have our 3-day Refresh Challenge Pack for $140. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different, is it 6?
Are you sure that number's right?
What?
No, are you sure
No,
that
I'm
number's
sorry,
right?
they're wrong. It's $140 for the
Thought so.
challenge pack.
The 21-day Fix Challenge Pack
Is
is
$140. Boy, you should have the marketing guy double check those things
I know,
before
you'd think
he
I
says
could.
that. So,
wanna polish up
so
your
both the
resume.
21-day Fix Challenge Pack and the 21-day Fix Extreme Challenge Pack is $140.
Yes.
I was rushing through. I was so excited. So, great opportunities between 21-day Fix, Masters Hammer and Chisel, 3-day Refresh. Lots of opportunities to connect with people who are looking to get results and get them those results, as well as earning Success Club points and earning trip dollars.
Well, hey, right now, Masters Hammer and Chisel, we have the challenge group going right now. If you wanted like an incredible opportunity to create enthusiasm among your customers, you've got Sagi Kalev and Autumn Calabrese personally supporting and congratulating and recognizing a group of people who are doing this challenge group. I mean, if you get the challenge pack, you get membership into Beachbody On Demand.
That's right.
So if you get people like right now, today, this week, into the Masters Hammer and Chisel Challenge Pack, they can start immediately because they'll have entitled access into Beachbody On Demand.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, like you said, that's such a great opportunity to be able to connect through the Masters Hammer and Chisel Challenge Group with you and Autumn and Sagi. And, we're going to jump into that in a little bit. But before we leave our promotions, I do just want to talk about 2 other promotions that are going on right now. Actually, one that's going to be introduced later in the month. It's not really a promotion, it's actually a new product. And that is, all the time, people love the Beachbody Performance line.
Yeah.
But they're looking for sometimes a more convenient way to access those.
Oh, I know
so
what you're
we are very excited to announce that on January 25th, we are targeted to launch 10 packs of both the Energize and Hydrate formulas.
Look at those babies.
That is going to be awesome.
Now, here's the point. The point is that if you're at the gym or whatever, you want to time your Energize, 10, 15 minutes before you start. So you don't want to have to bring, the whole tub. So you can bring just a packet or 2, depending on how much you use. And same thing with Hydrate, you can bring it with you. So these are the 2 that are coming in the individual serving sizes. energize, and hydrate.
Yep, those are the two. So I know people are going to be excited about that. The other quick announcement, I want to say, you mentioned it earlier in the show, but I want to talk a second about the boosts. You know, people love the Shakeology boosts. I am a big fan of the digestive health.
Okay.
I love the taste.
I don't want the details.
Okay, but that's really it. I love the texture of it. I put it in every day.
Okay.
So anyway, but one of the things that's going on now is that we have our Boost bundles offer. And if you buy the Boosts and bundles, you can save up to 25% off. And so this is only running until January 13th. January 13th will be the last full day that you'll be able to purchase these at a discount. So it's really great as you introduce people into your challenge groups. Really important that you talk to them about the boosts, about performance, because again, you talk about our goal is to get people results, and that's what these products are about. They're about targeting results for people.
Well, you know, the boosts are an interesting thing because people are like, well, I thought that was the healthiest meal of the day. I thought it was already packed with everything. Well, you know, people have different lifestyles. There can be different things that you need at a different time. I don't always put all 3 boosts in. Sometimes in fact, I made a mistake the other day. I put the Focused Energy Boost in. I had the shake late, and I was like, geez, I was up. But I don't eat greens, so I like to boost the greens absolutely every day. And maybe every other day I use the digestive health. And so you customize it so that that shake really works for you. Interesting side note, we originally had more fiber in Shakeology and it didn't agree with people. Like some people were just very sensitive to that much fiber when they have a low fiber diet, and it turned out to work that by letting people boost it. Maybe sometimes it's just a half a scoop, maybe sometimes it's a whole scoop. They can actually make the shake that's right for them. So take advantage of these while you have less than, whatever, you have 9 days to take advantage of the 25% off. But we were starting a transition. Why don't we bring in our superstar trainer guests, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable and fabulous Sagi Kalev and Autumn Calabrese, everybody.
Whoa.
There he is.
There he is.
Joining us from, where are you, Dallas?
Dallas, Texas.
All
the
right.
Big D.
And of course, and where are you, Autumn?
You know,
right
we're
here.
here,
Okay.
right here.
Got it. And what are you wearing? That's a lovely design you're wearing
Thanks.
today.
It's mine. It's from the Autumn Calabrese for Beachbody line.
Very good.
Beautiful.
And she's got a mic on and everything because I can't see
I
it.
do. It's
hidden
under.
in there. Okay, we've got people who do that stuff. So you guys, our Masters Hammer and Chisel group started today. It was pretty interesting because we were at maybe maybe 3 days ago, we were maybe 20,000, 21,000 people.
Day and a half ago, we were at like 19.5.
Oh, really? I mean, we just
we
poured in.
Yeah, we got
Poured
a
in.
huge push.
Yeah, and really thanks to you guys just, posting that you were going to be in there, you were going to be helping people, and
Push.
Yeah, and I've seen you commenting on people's, that's the cool thing. You're not just putting your own comments, your own advice up there. You're actually commenting on what people are doing. Now, so let's get into the program just a little bit about why this is a great program for people to do this time of year. A little bit more background. I'll start with you, Autumn, since you're right here, and then we'll go to Sagi. Why is this a great program for people who want to truly transform their physique?
Oh gosh, because it's the most comprehensive resistance training program that we've ever done. Am I looking at the right camera or am I over here?
You're over there.
Okay,
See?
I was
Follow
like,
the
that's the
red
side of my face. Sorry. It is, though. It's the most comprehensive resistance training program that we've ever had. So you are going to build muscle while you're burning calories so you can sculpt your body into the masterpiece that you want it to be. That's the short and sweet of it.
Okay, now we've never put 2 trainers together before, and you and Sagi have different styles, and you worked with the what we call the FNE department to basically put something together. But Sagi, how do the hammer and the chisel, not the people, but the concepts work together in this program?
Well, this is a very unique concept, and the concept is really in the approach. Actually, we train very similar, but what we do in this program is we created 2 sides of the coin. So you get the best of 2 worlds. What you did is so brilliant because you opened a door for the people to let them know that it's okay for a lady to lift weights and for a guy to jump and do agility moves and jumping, just like plyo or anything else. So that's why this program is so unique, and you need to follow and trust the process. And that's why each day that you follow is complementing the following day.
Can I build on that?
One depend on the other.
Well, and we have the SSP training model, which I think is what you were asking about, which is the stabilization, strength, and power model that we're using. And when you put both the hammer and the chisel together, that's when you're getting that comprehensive approach. So you have a little bit of it in my program and a little bit on his side. So you need the combination of the two to really get the best of the best results from the program.
Yeah. Now, some people have commented, they've been like, you know, I'm not doing the bicep curls that I would have accepted from a Sagi program, or I'm not isolating the muscle groups the way I might in 21 Day Fix Extreme or something like that. Talk a little bit about the design of the program. Autumn, you start, and then Sagi, in terms of what people can expect and how it's different. Because today, chisel balance was really different, and
Yeah.
I was falling all over my home gym and embarrassing myself, but I really got a great workout. I mean, I was a mess at the end of that thing.
Yeah, well, and you don't have to just go in and do a bicep curl. You might expect that obviously from Sagi, from Body Beast, that sort of thing. And you might not be just doing this, but we've got pull-ups in, I can't even count how many different workouts in this program. Every time you do a pull-up, yes, it's your back, but it's also your biceps. So there's a million different ways we're working your body and we're working each muscle group. It might not be the way you're used to seeing, but that's the whole point, is that we're taking a new, fresh approach. We're giving you muscle confusion. It's a different way. If you do the exact same thing over and over again, your body will plateau. So we need to hit it in a different direction, and that's what we've done. So although it might not be what you're expecting, that's kind of the whole point. If we gave you another version of 21 Day Fix or another version of Body Beast, you'd be like, great, seen it, done it, what's next? Yeah. So this is what's next.
This is what's next. Sagi?
For me, I see it as the new era for continuing P90X. When P90X came, there was nothing like it. And just like P90X, Hammer and Chisel, that's what's gonna set the tone to change the game. There's nothing like it out there. And with this program, I have not seen anything like that out there, that you can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. And that's so special about it. And in addition to that, we, for the first time, in addition to that, we put powerlifting workouts that you really don't see in the Beachbody library.
Now, you know, as I was doing it today, and so when you start something that's an unfamiliar routine, you don't feel like you get that same sort of workout because you weren't able to attack it like something that you're familiar with. But I got to tell you, knowing that I have the nutrition dialed in, because you guys included the containers, gives you this confidence that, you know what, I'm going to give this 60 days, I'm going to master it, but I'm going to really nail the nutrition. So, Sagi, what was it like for you to incorporate the containers into a program for the first time? Because obviously, Autumn's done it before.
I've been doing, as far as portion control, for 27 years. I know it sounds bizarre, but yes, for me it was a great deal, because I don't have to think, and I like things simple. So I'm very blessed that I have a wife that's cooked for me, and she loves doing it. So she was in the test group, and I enjoy her experience. So all I have to do is just grab it and take it and to go. Just like I saw Autumn today on the video when she put how she prepared her meal for today. And I mean, it's very simple. People think that it's very complex, and that's what we did. We wanted to make it simple enough that people won't have any issues of asking any hard questions. Why is it not working for me?
Well, I'm pretty blown away at how people are posting pictures of their food. Obviously, they're taking cues from you, but that part of the secret is really that meal prep, sort of organizing yourself and getting it all done sort of once or twice a week. Is that the way?
Yeah, that isn't part of the secret. That is the secret. If you haven't grocery shopped, if you don't have food in your house, like, you can work out all day long. You're never going to see the results that you want to see if you're not fueling your body to go along with those workouts. And that is actually one of the biggest things I'm seeing even still now, even through 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme. I'm still seeing it in Hammer and Chisel, where in the group that we started today, people are still questioning, like, oh, am I supposed to eat this much food? I can't eat this much food. And I'm like, you have to trust the process. It's there. It works. We've seen it work. We've proven it with 21 Day Fix. We've proven it with Extreme. We've proven it in the Masters Hammer and Chisel test groups that we've already done. Trust the process. The calculations are there for whatever your goals are, whether it's to lose weight, it's to maintain, or it's to build muscle. So you can customize it. You know, if you're not looking to build muscle, if you're looking to lose weight, you are going to eat a little bit less than the other person. But regardless, the containers are there to take the guesswork out. So do that calculation, and then just follow it.
Now, another thing that's really unique about this is couples are doing this.
There you go.
You know, Sagi, have you seen, just because of the combination of you two, that this is appealing to more couples doing this in the household?
Oh, I gotta tell you, I actually go every day and looking for this post, and it cracks me up to see how their wife, I show my husband, and some of the couples are imitating Adam and myself in pictures, which is hilarious. And then, you know, I think it's a great way to get couples united together and do something that doesn't cost a lot of money. So instead go to a fancy restaurant and spend a lot of money, they do something that the whole family can do together and enjoy it. It's really about doing fun and taking pictures and share it with the family, and you have something to talk about when you eat dinner or breakfast. And it's really about, again, sharing it with everybody else.
Hey, Carl, can I ask, so hopefully, I think a lot of people did either Beast or they were in the December Fix Challenge to get ready for Masters Hammer and Chisel. But can it be a starter program? Can it be a program that somebody just starts with Masters Hammer and Chisel? And what are your thoughts on that?
If they have a baseline of fitness, so if you're not new to working out, then yes. So maybe you've taken a few months off or something, but you know the basics of lifting weights and that sort of thing, then yeah, absolutely you can jump into it. If you haven't worked out in years, if you've never lifted weights before, I would not recommend that this is the program you start with. We jump in, we go hard, even day one today, ISO Chisel. And I'm going to come back to that in just a second. But yeah, I would say, if you have some sort of level of fitness, then you're good to go. But otherwise, start with something a little bit easier, 21 Day Fix or PIO or something like that. But you made a comment about ISO Chisel. Well, because you said it challenged you, but you're like, oh, because you were working on the balance, you didn't get as much of the burn. You had said that when I asked you how it felt.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting thing, because I warned you this might sneak up on you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks like, oh my gosh, I didn't get the best workout because I was so busy trying to get the form and that sort of thing. You actually are going to get an even better workout like that. When you are working out, you should have to be thinking, you fire more muscle fibers that way. If you can get through the whole workout and have a conversation, it's too easy. So the more you're challenging, the more you're thinking, the more you're falling over, you are working and challenging yourself. So use that performance line.
Good to know. I've never been able to have a workout and have a
But
conversation.
Michael, I
Good, so you're on the right
think
track.
that,
Go ahead, Ski.
people ask me about this question, and I say, you know, watch the videos before, or go to Beachbody on Demand and just sit there, and you probably just might even enjoy watching the videos and just as an entertainment. But really, you can sit there and learn the moves and see what you can do, what you cannot do. We have a modifier person that sit there, that's in every workout, show you what you can do if you have any challenges, like health challenges, or you had an injury or surgery. So you can start with what you can and just build up slowly, like everything else. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, and so was Hammer and Chisel. So it took us a long time to get here. We're not saying they're gonna look like us in a week, but they're definitely gonna make progress. If there's no trying, it's just doing. So do whatever you can and do your best.
Well, I think the point that that couples can go into this together, and there are some ways to modify it, but you know, I do agree that some of the moves would be a little challenging for some people, and so you want to, you know, they can start with an easier program. We want people to move along at a good pace, but anyway, one of the most redeeming parts of building the Masters Challenge group has been the process of raising money for Upward Bound House. So I just wanted to sort of punctuate that now with you guys here and just sort of give you the news. So as of just before going live, I got the news that we have sold enough Masters Hammer and Chisel, and then we sort of doubled down when you included Beachbody On Demand. We added, so it was $5 for every Masters Hammer and Chisel base kit. Then we doubled down. We have helped 109 families get off the streets for the year. And that means school for their kids, meals for the year. I just need to write this last, well, actually I've got news. This one check for $167,245.
And that brings the grand total to?
That brings the grand total to $544,600. Today's 1/4/2016. I'll fill the rest of that out. Actually, I'll put Upward Bound House because I know you two might. Okay, so
I'd split it with
Upward.
you. Totally.
So, you know, I do want to say one quick thing. You guys both sponsored a family. It's $5,000 to sponsor a family. Oh, I forgot to have you do that, so sorry about that. She'll get the picture of it? All right, Chelsea's going to get the picture so we can put that on Facebook with the thing. So you guys both sponsored a family to help a homeless family get off the streets for an entire year. That was great of you guys to do. But we also had, I believe it was like $20,000 came in from other coaches out there. So I really appreciate what you have done. But I do want to say this, that made the decision before going live today that we are going to keep this live through Super Saturday weekend. So whatever the total is Monday, which means the $5 for every Masters Hammer and Chisel kit and the additional $5 if they get Beachbody On Demand. That means all your Super Saturdays all across the country, you can promote that we're raising money for Upward Bound House and we're helping homeless families get off the streets. Here we are in the winter. It's time to do that. Get their kids off the streets. Right now we're at 109 families. We might finish the weekend with having helped 120, maybe 130 families. So thanks to you guys for all the work that you've done, and thanks for a great program. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to being hammered and chiseled, and then getting hammered about my hammered and chiseled. All right. Thanks, Sagi.
Oh, thank you. Great
right.
to see you guys.
Right on,
See
man.
you, Siggy.
Say hi to Barbie. Okay, I do want to do one other thing. You stay for a second, since you're part of this all anyway. So I got to make sure to do that. Okay. I also, if you were paying attention at all to my Facebook feed over the last week or so, I had bought this Apple Watch, which I thought was so cool, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I've never liked to wear a watch, but they have the display, and it looks so fantastic, and the commercials look so cool, and you can do the pulse thing, and so I got it. And I put it on, and I wore it for a day, and I was just like, I just don't like having a watch, because I got the time right here, and I'm like, it's hitting on things. I don't know. I'm a picky, finicky person. Same thing. I don't like vegetables. I can't recognize them. I have to have things my way. So, and anyway, after one day, I put it back in its original packaging. Here it is, the watch. And I challenged you to post photos of yourselves with Beachbody On Demand in the background and hashtag BOD, hashtag Masters Challenge. And we got thousands of posts on Facebook and Instagram. And we have picked the winner. And the winner is, if you want to put her up here, Adriana Wellness Coach on Instagram, or Adriana Rueda. Woo. So, way to go. Looks like Autumn, the reason I kept you here, I believe she may be doing the maternity videos.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But Adriana, we have it here. It's packaged, and then plus we have some extra charging cables. So there you go.
Does
you
it
just
have
gotta
a
watch.
contraction timer app?
I
Right?
think, yeah, right? Probably. She can, right? Honey, I don't know what you do with that, but
Congratulations.
congratulations,
Yes,
Adriana.
congratulations. That's
All right.
awesome.
So we'll send that off to you. So Thank you, Autumn.
Thank you.
And Sagi's gone, so we're going to hit this hard. Masters, Hammer, and Chisel. We're going to go for it. And yeah, good done. Thanks. So, you know, we're going to keep this going. Right now, we have the Masters Challenge group over here. You're supposed to bark. Okay. We have the Masters Challenge group, which means that you can keep getting people in, and they're going to get support from Sagi, from Autumn. They'll see me in there. I'm posting my food. I'm posting my sweaty selfies, which, you know, by the way, as a joke, my daughter, Ava, gave me the book, the Kim Kardashian selfie book. And I'm
Something to
thinking,
model yourself after?
yes, I think I'm going to do my own,
Ooh,
you know.
can't wait.
Selfless. I don't know what I'll call it, but I'm just
You know,
gonna-
I do want to say that I really think that I know coaches out there are having their own challenge groups, obviously.
of course.
But I think it's just a great addition for people to be able to also participate in the Masters Hammer and Chisel challenge group, so that in addition to getting that really intimate support that they get from their coaches and the other challenge group members, they also get to, you know, participate with Sagi and Autumn and you.
Well, I think it's an important point. First off, we moderate these groups. So when
Yeah.
we see somebody in there, like a new coach who doesn't understand they're not supposed to recruit from these groups, they get bounced.
Yeah.
And so that's not, you know, that's why we moderate all the comments. But it's really important, as Scotty said, you want to help people and recognize them for achieving their goals. You need to be a part of a smaller group as well. So in fact, we have a smaller group here at the company doing Masters Hammer and Chisel, but a lot of employees are also involved in the larger Masters Challenge. So it's a great idea to get involved, take advantage of this, and help us keep raising money for Upward Bound House all the way through the Super Saturday weekend. So something to really
Awesome.
keep
Hey,
getting involved
I think
in.
we might have some time to maybe take
Great.
a
Let's do
question
that.
from social media.
Very good.
So we're getting a lot of questions in on our Coach 411 Facebook and Twitter channels.
Okay.
And we've a lot of new coaches online right now, and they're wondering what's the number one thing a new coach should be doing every single day?
Okay, the number one thing, I'm going to let you go first. What do you think the number one thing a new coach should be doing every day?
I think that they should be doing the vital behaviors. And of those, one of the most important thing is being their own story of being proof that the product works. I mean, they have to be, you know, doing a fitness program. They have, oh, here's a little here. Doing the fitness program, drinking Shakeology, building their own belief system, because ultimately that is what's going to attract people to them.
Yeah, and but I think part of the important thing about being the proof the product works, which will take the pressure off of that new coach, be real, be vulnerable. When, like, I'm always blown away. The you know how you get the if you do social media, you can see what your top 10 posts were for the year. My top 10 pictures or posts were the ones where I was failing, where I admitted that I didn't have a good workout, or I blew the diet, but I still was going to keep going, or something, or I don't like vegetables. Like, when you're real, being the proof the product works is not about being perfect. Being proof the product works means I can be real, I can be a human, and still engage in the product. That is how the product works. When we say get results, it doesn't mean get perfect results. It means stay engaged. You know, I sent this email out to the company, and I also did a post in the Masters Challenge group about overhearing these this group of people last night as they were talking about their breakthrough fitness that was going to bury that pretend company Beachbody. And the one thing I know is that the imperfection of Beachbody, but the fact that we are constantly striving for perfection, and we're not afraid to be transparent about striving for perfection and the process that it takes, is a part of what's so special. So if you want to be a great coach, be the proof the product works, but be vulnerable about it and cop to what it's like to be real. And when things don't go well, you say that, and then your challenge group goes, oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I had a hard time too. They're going to say that tomorrow when they're sore. They're going to say that next Monday or over the weekend, or if they're doing a 3-day refresh, they're going to say, you know, I blew it on when I got to the weekend, or I blew it on that dinner. And you're going to say, it's okay. Let's just extend one day, or you know, again, that reality is it. So there you go. Do the vital behaviors, but be the proof is an important one.
Is Another one.
Yep.
So why is a challenge pack more beneficial than a base kit program? And what's the best way to position that to customers?
Well, to me, the challenge pack is what differentiates, frankly, Beachbody from Team Beachbody. Because to me, it's one thing to just buy a fitness program, but what the challenge packs offer is the complete solution to getting somebody results. It has the fitness program in there, it has the diet aspect in it, it has Shakeology in it, it has Beachbody on demand so people can get engaged, and most importantly, it has a coach attached to it, an accountability group. And we know that it's the combination, that total solution is really the only place that you can get that is in Team Beachbody with a challenge pack in a challenge group being supported by your coach.
I had somebody post on my Facebook the other day. They said, I was talking about the challenge pack, and somebody came in and they said, the only reason you put a challenge pack together is so that you can get more of my money. And it's like the biggest discount that we offer at the company, because the way we make money is by getting people results. Like, we have that on whiteboards, on posters, all over the office. The way we make money is by making the results of our customers be walking billboards for the next person. Now, they go, well, but that Shakeology is overpriced. Like, are you kidding me? As a guy who cannot, I had a chef. We went on a little vacation, and I had a chef. And of course, Isabel, you know, vegan, Danny eats his vegetables, Ava eats her vegetables. And so the guy, the chef, brings over my plate. And I said, what is all this green stuff here? And he said, well, you've got, clearly, you know, you're the CEO of a fitness company. You've got to eat your vegetables. And I said, I don't know what those things are called, but I cannot put them in my body. And so I turned them away. And I said, just give me the meat and the potatoes. And he said, but you've got to eat healthier than that. And I was like, yeah, I do eat healthier than that, because I have a shake every single day, and it's got a green boost in it, or it's got a focused energy boost, and it's got a great source of fiber. That's what the challenge pack brings with it. It brings all the tools in one place that you don't get at the gym, that you don't get from a personal trainer, that you don't get from just having a nutritionist. We put it all together, and it's the most incredible value in body transformation that I've ever seen. Okay, enough chit-chat for one
We'll
break.
get back to you.
All right, good. All right. Speaking about talking to challengers about coaching, let's talk to a coach who knows how it's done, shall we?
I think we should.
Okay, now we're going to bring on 10-star diamond coach. She was also elite in 2014 and 2015. Elizabeth Hartke, are you there?
I'm here. Hey, guys.
Looking fantastic.
Welcome.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Where are you, by the way?
I'm currently sitting in my office, which we live just north of Boston.
Okay, so it's probably pretty cold up there. Let's talk about what you look for with your challenges. As you look at your challenge groups, how do you talk to your challengers about coaching? Because that's one of the questions that we get. As people put their challenge groups together, you know, very often they'll get pushback. Oh, I need to finish the program. I could never be a coach looking like this. I need to be at my end result. How do you start that conversation with your challengers so that you can move them along to helping us expand this network of people helping people?
Yeah, I'm always keeping an eye out in my challenge groups, because it's the perfect breeding ground for coaches. And the thing that I like to talk to them about without, you know, scaring them away is the key is just being honest. If you see someone who is really active or participating or engaging in your challenge group, they're one of the perfect people to reach out to. And I know for me, that was one of the scariest things to do for a while, because in my mind, I viewed it as, oh, I have to ask someone to be a coach. You know, that's recruiting. It's a little scary. But when I shifted my mindset to, this is a gift to be given, and if I see someone that's deserving of that gift in my challenge group and they're participating, and like Michael said, they're seeing results, which means they're already doing step one of what we do as coaches, it's a lot easier to connect with them. And I always use the phrase, I have 2 different phrases that I use that are pretty standard for me, and then I personalize them depending on the people I'm talking to. And The first is, have you ever considered? And I'm sure a lot of coaches have heard that before, but I try to really let them know why I'm asking them to consider it. So I'll ask them, or I'll say to them, you know, I love how you've been sharing in the group. You've been so active. Do you know you're basically doing what I do as a coach? Have you ever considered coaching? Or I might say to them, you know, you're such an inspiration. I really think that you'd be great at this. And typically when I say that to people, the response is awesome. They're like, oh, really? You think I'd be good at this? And they get excited and they want to learn more.
So, Elizabeth, are you then sort of selective about who you say that to? When you look at your challenge group, like you just said, I already see you contributing to the group, you're doing this. Do you introduce everybody to it, or are you selective in terms of who you say that to?
I'd say I'm a little bit selective only in the way that I'm looking for the willing. And it's the same way once you're working with your team as it is with your challengers. You want to work with the people who want to work with you. That's already just an open door for you when you see the people that are commenting on your posts, or if I put up a challenge in my challenge group, like post your sweaty selfie pic, the people that do it, they're far more likely to A, be comfortable sharing on social media, and B, you know, more open to talking about the opportunity. But I definitely don't rule out the wallflowers, because I was one of them. I sat in my first challenge group, like rolling my eyes at the sweaty selfie pictures and not interested, but it was helping me stay motivated. I was really interested in the group from afar, and I would kind of quietly ask my coach questions behind the scenes. So when I have those people who maybe they're not super active on the page, but they're reaching out, they're asking me about the meal plan or about their workouts, I definitely have a conversation with them. It might be a little different than the other coaches, but I don't rule them out. The only people that I really don't talk about this gift or this business opportunity to are the people who are like, please don't talk to me about this business opportunity. Other than that, I find ways that I can bring it up pretty organically.
So one of the things that I think is important as we look at 2016, like this is one of my personal goals, is, and this is going to sound funny, but I want to recruit less, meaning I certainly want more coaches, but we want the right coaches. How do you find people who are really going to go about this and stick around? Again, they don't have to want to be six-figure income coaches or 10-star diamond, but we want people who do it for the right reason, so that we don't have these people who sort of go through this revolving door. Like that's really actually something that we started to look at in 2015 and say, this is a behavior that we want to start to discourage, that people are just sort of coming through and going out. We want people who are coming in for the right reason, so that it truly is a profession on one hand, or at least something that people take seriously, this idea of being supportive of people. And they got to stick around if they're going to support people.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, because I've been through that where I just thought, you know, everyone should be a coach, and I had very little retention, and I was really struggling with rank advancing and all those things, because I was looking at people as just like filling this slot versus saying, who are these people? I need to really get to know them first. So one of the keys, and I already talked about this a little bit, is looking for people having results. And the reason for that is because if someone's having results, that to me is already proof that they know how to commit to something. And when someone can, to me, the workout programs and the meal plans are way harder than coaching. Once you get in that groove and you start to be proof that the product works, you have an automatic story. And those are the people that I've found that there is that retention, because they believe not just in this business, but they believe in themselves. They believe in these products, and they believe in paying that forward. That's how I started. I lost a lot of weight and I got healthy, and it was so natural for me to just kind of ooze Beachbody and all the things that are so amazing about it, because I could just share my journey versus trying to, sell people on a business opportunity.
Now, how does Shakeology play into that? Because you'll have some people who will be in a challenge group who are even asking, does anybody know an alternative to Shakeology? It's too expensive for me, or I don't get it, or so how do you message Shakeology to your challengers, and then help them message it as coaches?
You guys were speaking to the value of the challenge pack earlier, and that is on my Getting Started Right call with my coaches. That's what I talk about. I talk about the value of the challenge pack, and it goes for your challengers too, because I really believe so strongly in Shakeology being a big part of that. So when people come to me, I really welcome when people say, oh, well, I just want to drink a protein shake, or what's something else I can do? And I'm just very blunt. I don't feel the need that I need to trash any other products. I just speak to what I know. Again, share my story and my journey with Shakeology. I let them know that if they wanted an alternative, this is what's it's going to really cost them to get all of the things that go into Shakeology. And from my experience, I always tell them, from my experience, I've tried workouts without Shakeology and I've tried workouts with Shakeology, and I've helped thousands of people use Shakeology to see incredible results. You can take a stab at it however you want, but this is what I recommend. And if you become a trusted expert, as a coach in this world, and people are looking, they're seeking, your challengers are seeking your advice versus pushing against you and saying, oh, I'm going to drink, some other shake, or I just am going to throw some fruit and veggies in a blender. It's the same thing. They don't understand it. So you really have to educate them on that. And I do a lot of that in my challenge groups. It makes it a lot easier for them to want to drink Shakeology while they're doing the programs. And then that translates when they become a coach.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Appreciate you being on the Surge with us, because right now we actually are going to transition to a little bit of Shakeology wonderment and awe. It's like a new era is about to begin.
It is. I'm excited. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Elizabeth. That was great.
All right, take care.
Okay, so, it is a special thing. Like some people, they'll talk about Shakeology as if it's a protein shake, and it drives me nuts. Because the one thing I didn't need was more protein.
Right.
Like it wasn't like I could use more protein, especially from a good source. So that's a good thing. But it's all the stuff around it in its whole food form that mattered to me. That's what's so special about it. And people who say, now, granted, some people are on such a tight budget that they need to find a way to reconfigure things. But if you really want to live the healthiest year of your life, this is the shake to do it. And one of the best people to help us talk about that and talk about the exciting news from the world of Shakeology is the best looking superfood ingredient hunter in the world himself, Mr. Darren O'Lean. What do you got there, mister?
Man travels with a cart.
Of course he does. He just pushed that all the way down
what I have
the
for you
Pacific
guys.
Coast Highway.
What do you have? A little treat?
Little cafe latte for you.
Can't believe he served you first. I signed the checks. That is so fantastic.
Shall we
How about
toast
this, huh?
Right on, man.
to the new Shakeology
New
flavor?
Shakeology
To the
flavor.
new flavor.
Yeah.
Cafe latte.
That is
Wow.
ridiculously
That is
good.
fantastic.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. Here, you have some.
That's
By the way, have
even
you
better.
noticed how good looking all the people are that come in? They come here on the TV screen, and they all look great. And then, look at us. Although Darren looks really good.
I thought we looked good.
I don't think we look, well, okay.
You look
Maybe
good.
it's just
I
me.
mean, real good.
All right, so Darren, let's talk about
Yeah.
cafe latte. First off, we're not calling it coffee flavored.
Right.
And there was a real fight. I can remember being in R&D meetings saying, and you and Isabel, with your putting your foot down, we're not just adding coffee to this shake. We had a deal that you guys would not mess with the awesome love shake that we've got. There should be a song, Love Shake. Anyway,
We'll work on that.
okay. So how did we achieve this without breaking the agreement that this would be truly the healthiest shake on the market?
Yeah, it was that fight, right? And put the best coffee in the world in there. But, 10 years ago, I ran into this little berry that surrounded the bean. It was the most famous bean of all the planet, right? And that's the coffee bean. But the great thing about that bean is it's got a fruit on it. And the synergy of that bean and fruit is exponentially wonderful and a fantastic antioxidant. And what a great delivery system to now work the coffee-like flavor naturally, and then be another catalyst to get an amazing superfood, not only in our shake, but also in the world.
Now, what makes that fruit so special? The
Well,
coffee bean.
you know, there is between the bean and the fruit, it just happens to be one of the highest antioxidant whole foods in the world. And there's a bunch of studies that also has neotropic benefits, and that's brain enhancement. So just caffeine on its own is cool, and we've been drinking it. But there's this whole product that's just been thrown away, and that's the fruit. And that fruit has all these other antioxidant profiles, chlorogenic profiles, polyphenols.
What's chlorogenic?
It's another fancy word for an antioxidant.
Okay.
So all of these other properties were just being thrown away. And so we got to introduce the bean, the fruit, and have that synergy. And also, you know, as I like to talk, it also provides a whole other income for these people that are growing it.
Yeah.
And instead of throwing literally money away, we get to instigate a whole other, you know, money stream.
Why was it stripped away, though? I don't understand that.
Well, it just, as most addictive cultures go, just go straight to the most, you know, impacting part of it. So the concentration of caffeine is in that bean, and they weren't necessarily looking at that as the whole health aspect. But, you know, it's funny, if you literally, and do your research for yourself, like if you look at the synergy of the bean and the fruit and the enhancement that has together, it's really astonishing. And actually kind of in 2016, we're still discovering these amazing plant foods that aren't even on the market. And so this has been around. I've seen it in countries of India and Africa and Mexico, and I've taken it right off the vine, and to this day no one's really used it, and it's just this jewel that's been sitting there.
But using it, you would naturally think that even though, I mean, it's a great story, and I love the whole food story.
Yeah.
This is what the body, nature all grew together, understanding that, okay, in the food chain, that whole thing is what I'm going to digest, and I'm going to extract what I need to survive on it. And that's how we all evolved together as a planet, right? But that would make me presume that all the caffeine is in there. So how much caffeine is in this glass?
There's literally no more caffeine than any other. Like, so with the green teas and all of that other stuff.
Than any other Shakeology.
Right, exactly. So it's not like you're getting the massive spike that you would expect from, say, a coffee drink. Now, we have that answer because we have that answer in a boost, in the synergy of that boost with its adaptogens added to the boost as well. You can just
But I'm saying from the
it.
other direction, some people have enough coffee and they're like, I don't need this flavor because I love the taste of coffee, but I don't need more caffeine in my life.
This is the best of that world because I like coffee flavor. I don't like drinking coffee because I don't like how acidic it is, and I just don't like, which is why we didn't want to dump even great coffee in Shakeology.
Yeah.
And really, we just kind of sat ourselves going, we could kind of do this, but when it came to the philosophy of Shakeology, we just don't want to dump coffee in there.
Yeah.
And this just flew right in. So yes, there's no more added caffeine, and you get the benefits of all the antioxidants.
Now, I've heard around the office that you've basically said that a dose or a glass of, a serving of this is less or just around what a cup of decaf would have in terms of because there is a little bit of caffeine.
A little bit, and
Yeah.
I would probably argue it's probably less than that as well.
But it's probably, comparable to like what's naturally occurring in chocolate or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, exactly.
Don't say chocolate. I'm in the middle of a thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you can have chocolate.
I've already had all my yellows.
I see. I see.
That's what chocolate
Oh,
is,
because
yellow.
you're on the thing. Yeah,
Look at me. Do I look thinner?
you look great.
Oh,
I like it.
thanks so much. All right. So, so now, Michael, let's talk about when we get to actually put this baby on the market.
I wish it were tomorrow because this is my official new favorite flavor. It is fantastic. fantastic, I have to say. But we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Right now, it is targeted to launch on January 11th. So the weekend after Super Saturday, I believe that's the Monday after Super Saturday, January 11th, we'll be introducing Cafe Latte to the Team Beachbody store. It will be available. And Carl, I think you have there, along with the new flavor of Cafe Latte, we have a new triple combo pack. We're calling it the Barista Pack. And it has chocolate, vanilla, and cafe latte. So
that is a good looking pack right there.
And you know, so for people that are looking for a little variety, they maybe, you know, or get the flavor, the same flavor delivered to them month after month and make it a little flavor fatigue. A combo pack is a great way to sort of mix it up a little bit and not have that flavor fatigue.
I totally agree.
Although I like the same thing every day, but.
Well, I've had that chocolate now for, you know, 6-7 years every day, you know.
Exactly.
Which flavor do you drink every day?
You know, in the summer, well, actually, it's always summer in Malibu. I'm kind of a tropical guy.
Are you really?
Yeah, I was chocolate forever.
Yeah.
And now I'm usually post-workout where I hit my Shakeology now.
Interesting.
And it's that, I like that levity of the berry, you know? It's
the levity, because it's so funny.
Yeah. It's always got a... It's always got a joke.
Very funny.
Yeah, very funny.
See what I did?
Yeah, that's very good.
That, like,
You've got a couple good ones.
Really?
It's gotta be the coffee berry.
It's definitely, I just got a lift out of it. Everything's good. Look at that. We hit the post. Mr. Olean.
Can I just say before Darren leaves, for those of you, where am I? Over here. For those of you that don't know, Darren hosts a fantastic podcast. Great information on Shakeology, and it's available in the coach's office. It's definitely something that if you haven't had a chance, you should definitely go plug into that podcast. It is just packed with great information. So thank you for doing that for us, and thank you for providing that.
Absolutely.
All right,
new podcast next Wednesday.
What's
so
the topic on that? Do you know? Well,
there you go.
There you go.
So
nice.
Very good.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Darren.
Thanks, Darren.
Taking this.
So you're not taking mine,
Cheers.
though.
Does he leave the table?
No, you're going to take the table with you.
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
just
Yeah,
go
take
right
the
off
table
that
home.
way.
I'm out.
Isn't that your ride home?
I'm out.
Yeah, that's his magic carpet. But you know, Carl, while we're on the subject of Shakeology, I think you're going to be pretty excited about this. I got a little something that I want to share with you. But are you ready?
All right.
Okay, come on in, guys. Come on. This is going to be great. You, of all people, are going to absolutely love this. So, Carl, now. 2015 was definitely your healthiest year. I mean, I know you committed to drinking Shakeology every day of 2015.
I posted photos, everything.
Photos, everybody followed it.
Yes.
Your healthiest year. And so, Carl, in honor of that distinction of going 365 days of drinking Shakeology, I would like to make you the very first Shakeology 365.
I love that.
Everybody ready? Here we go. Look what I got for you, Carl.
Look at that. That thing really.
Now here's
you can put an eye out of an employee.
So in honor
Thank you, guys.
In honor of you drinking Shakeology every day for a year, 12 months of Shakeology, I would like to present to you as a Shakeology 365er, your very own. This is very exclusive. Okay.
Yes.
Right now, you are the only person who will have this, and that is a customized, healthiest year of my life, Shakeology 365er special edition shaker cup.
Thank you.
But wait, Carl, that's not all. To commemorate this incredible achievement, dedication to your health, I also want to present to you the Golden Scoop.
Whoa.
Now that is just a symbol
Look at my
of
golden
your
scoop.
commitment. Now it's not actually made to be used as a scoop, but it's
Okay.
just a symbol.
Why would
you can drill a little hole in it and put a chain and just
Like
wear
Flava Flav?
wear it there every day. But you know, Carl, actually, you know,
I wouldn't soil this with a I am going to put this on a shelf to remind me of my achievement.
right. And I know that you're committed, you know, not only 365 days in 2016, but 366 days.
That's right, exactly.
in 2016. But you know,
Yes.
Carl, there's a lot of look at that little Facebook post. There's a lot of coaches and their customers who aspire to make, you know, Shakeology part of their healthiest year of their life.
Yeah.
And so we don't want you to be the only member of this club.
Good.
So starting with the month of January, okay, for every coach or customer where January is their 12th consecutive month of receiving a Shakeology order, in February, we're going to be sending them out this lovely memento of their achievement of becoming a Shakeology 365er.
They're going to get this whole box.
They're going to get that whole box with the exclusive cup.
You guys did a really good job on this.
And the scoop, and then every month.
Can you get that? Like, can you zoom in on that deal? Look at that. So you're saying, hold on, let me just. So if somebody has gotten Shakeology 12 months in a row, a bag of Shakeology.
Bag or packets, whatever it is, 12 orders of Shakeology, 1 order per month for all 12 months, they're going to get this. And we're going to do it every month. So those people that February was their 12th month, they're going to get it in March, those people in March, and it's going to be something that, you know, every month people are going to receive this. Hopefully they can post it. Showing off that they're a Shakeology 365.
That band is going to get a lot of work.
I know. Yeah.
They're going to be all over the country playing and the cheerleaders.
You know what we have to work on? We have to work on it's like a musical box when it opens.
That could be a good thing.
Yeah, that'll be.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, we're gonna. That doesn't come in February. We haven't gotten that far yet, but it is really an accomplishment.
This is a real thing. So like they don't have to pay for it.
Nope.
They don't have to tell us they did it.
Nope.
They get 12 orders in a row.
Right.
And
an order every month. So if you order 12 in 1 month, it doesn't count.
Got it.
It's you know. So if you've ordered in February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way through January.
On HD though.
What?
It's got to be on HD. That's
Actually, we're looking at just 12 orders.
Wow,
if there are 12 orders in the month.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Pretty exciting. You can be a 365er. Now, of course, look, 2016, 366 days in the year. So, you know, that's a 365, it's a 360. The bottom line is we're drinking this shake every day. It's the healthiest year of our lives. He's had probably now 1.5 of them. And so you got half credit for tomorrow.
Okay.
No, it actually has to be
this
one
actually,
per day.
I have to say, this is I'm so glad I have this because I wasn't able to have it
Oh,
this
really?
morning. So this is mine for today.
Wow, good for you. You just snuck it in there. I've already had mine today. So, you know, we're going to do this. I know that a bunch of you, like I've seen hundreds of people, when I post about being a 365er, I've seen hundreds of people say they're going for it this year. And look, many of you may have already achieved it. So in January, when should these things start going out?
They're going to start going out in February. So at the end of January, the first week in February, we'll do all the research, find out who's made the list. And then in the month of February, I don't have an exact date yet.
Okay.
They'll start going out. And as soon as they start going out, I'm sure we'll start to see some posts about it.
That's going to be great. Okay, you can be a 365 or 2. Just keep it going and keep taking care of your health. All right, let's go and answer more specific questions. We just gave a lot of information. You guys seeing any chatter out there on the web?
Yeah. This question comes from Team Ted. I don't know if it's one guy or a team. It sounds like a team. They want to know what do you do and how do you share your story when you haven't had that big weight loss or that big transformation or a lot of financial success? How do you reach people that way?
Yeah. So question is, how do you talk to people? How do you message it if you don't have the big success yet? Well, that sort of goes back to the earlier question. The journey is the story. Look at me. I have had Power 90. I've had P90X. I've had 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, and then the December Fix version of 21 Day Fix, plus a bunch of 3-day refreshes and ultimate resets in there. I've had like before and afters happening where I never lost more than 10, 15 pounds, maybe except for the first Power 90. But I've never had a big story. But the story was always the fact that I was doing it and that it was hard and that I missed my pizza or I missed my burger or I learned how to cut a burger in half and be satisfied with that and a little bit of fries and the portion control. And I learned that I can get my healthy dose of superfoods and antioxidants and digestive enzymes and fiber from this healthy shake. Learning that, look, this is going to sound like a sales pitch, and I always have to set it up this way, but talking about what you're doing, not the fact that it's the end of it, but talking about what you're doing is the business. Yeah. That's the business. This is why Beachbody and Team Beachbody are transforming the trend of obesity. We are going to end the trend of obesity. My goal is, you heard my audacious goal this morning, 40 million people I want to help this year. If all 400,000 of our coaches can get 100 people, that's 2 people a week, to start a program. We've got the 400,000 coaches. So if you can get 2 people a week to start a program, that's 40 million people. Am I right about that? I did that math right? 4 million? Carry the zero. Okay, good. Like,
I'm still calculating.
All
but
right.
I'll go with you.
I think that's 400,000, 4 million. Yeah, that's 40 million. Like, we end the trend of obesity. Well, the trend, because it gets worse, that's the trend. So it's going to start going down. People are going to start getting more healthy, more fit. But it's the fact that this decibel level of us talking about it. So right now, you might be like, oh, people are telling me. Like, I even look at my own Instagram feed, my own Facebook page, and I'm like, God, am I talking about this too much? Am I making too big a deal about my Shakeology, the fact that I drink it every day? No, I'm not, because I just inspired a few thousand other people to go, you know what? I'm going to make this the healthiest year of my life too. So the fact that I'm talking about it is reminding people that even in the middle of football season, I mean, look at what we did in the fourth quarter with the year-end resolution. So many people who were like done. Yeah. They were like not going to work out. They weren't going to bother with the shake. They weren't going to bother with portion control for the last 3 months of the year, because that's always when they pack the pounds back on. That's where the trend of obesity happens. And instead, they plugged in and they went for it for a couple months at the end of the year. So you share what you're doing. You don't have to have some, and it's, by the way, it's the same thing with coaching. If you're proud of helping people, of being on this mission to help people achieve their goals, lead healthy, fulfilling lives, be the loud person on Facebook, Instagram, in the Starbucks, in the waiting room at the doctor's office. Be the person that says, can I help anybody achieve their health and fitness goals? Be that person. Be that person that talks about creating wealth by helping people. And then maybe more people will wake up and go, you know what? I'd like to actually be a part of that. I'd like to be a part of something where I could help people and make a living out of it. So that's how you do it. Yeah. You do it by doing it.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, Elizabeth talked about being truthful, and you touched on that a little bit. And, you know, it's so funny. There's so many people who, it doesn't matter where you are in your story, there's someone who can identify with you at every step. Yeah. And for a lot of people, taking that first step is the hardest. And I think that's an opportunity to even say, hey, I'm about to take my first step. Do you want to take it with me? Who wants to take it with me? Who wants to take that first step with me? I'm starting a challenge group because I need to. Yep. And so who, you know, my family, my friends, who's going to do it with me? Because there are a ton of people who are struggling to take that first step. And they don't necessarily need to see, you know, a before and after to do that. What they need to do is, there are people who love you and care about you and probably feel the same way you do, and you can inspire them to take that step with you.
But let me, this is a warning, okay? Here's a warning about that question. The question was, how do I talk about this if I haven't had the big transformation or if I haven't had success as a coach? You know what that sounds like to me? And I'm not saying this specifically about the person who asked this question, but that is like somebody taking an excuse and putting it on the table so that they can point to why it didn't work for them. why they didn't succeed as a coach. Now they've got the excuse out that it was, well, I didn't lose 75 pounds, or whatever reason that they can concoct for why it didn't work. At the end of the day, it takes work, it takes courage, it takes being the one that decides they're going to go all the way with this idea of being a coach and helping people achieve their goals, and not ever allowing yourself to bring that excuse out. Get it off the table. Don't think about it again, and just do the vital behaviors. Do the Coach Basics training. Do the vital behavior training. Do the 90 Days to Diamond training. So we have all these tools. Stop thinking about, well, here's an excuse of why it might not work for me. Because I guarantee you, out of the 400,000 coaches that we've got, and the thousands of elite coaches that we've got, and the literally thousands of people that achieve Success Club every single month,
Tens of thousands. Yeah.
tens of thousands, they have the same exact excuse that your thinking is holding you back, yet it's not holding them back because they're not letting it. So don't let it hold you back. That's really the answer.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm kind of a one-question guy, and I just go. I don't think we have time. I think right now we got to get to one of my favorite topics of this entire whole thing. We got to bring in the man, the legend, and we got to make you feel good about your hairline.
I knew that joke was coming.
I know, because you saw me do a little.
Yeah, I saw you.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to talk about Beachbody On Demand and some outrageously exciting updates coming to this breakthrough platform for health, fitness, weight loss, and communicating what Beachbody is all about. Josh Horowitz, come on in, join us. Here he is, give him the hand of applause. We need to have theme music. We need a
Where's
band.
the band? They're caught already.
They're back there drinking their shake. You know, I want one of those scoops. Josh, what is your title here?
I'm the brand director for Beachbody On Demand within the brand leadership team.
All right, got it. So part of your job is, as we look at new features, helping us refine what's going to be the most meaningful for coaches and customers alike. And well, I'm not going to steal your thunder. I'm going to say, because this is one that literally we launched Beachbody On Demand last April?
March.
Okay. About how many members do we have?
About 640,000 at this point.
640,000 members. And one of the big requests that we get, particularly when we have programs come out or new titles come out, what are people asking us for?
Well, people want digital-only access to programs. Currently, we've got, I guess, 2 levels of content within Beachbody On Demand. There's the member library, which is the vast majority of our catalog, available to anyone who's a club member, a Beachbody On Demand member. And then a tier above that we refer to as purchase programs. It's currently 9 of our newest titles, and they're only available at this point to people who own the DVD program. And we've heard a lot of people expressing an interest in accessing those programs without the necessity of buying the DVD.
Okay, so what do you got for us? I mean, we got some news, right?
We've got very exciting news, introducing digital unlocks, which is what we're referring to them, and that's basically the ability for Beachbody On Demand club members to access full purchase program content, workout content, and any printed collateral that would come with that program without that necessity of buying, without buying the DVD kit. We're going to start with a partial launch with 3 programs: T25, Size, and Body Beast.
Okay, there they are.
There they are.
Okay.
And those 3 programs will now be available for existing Beachbody On Demand members to go into Beachbody On Demand and actually purchase the ability to access the full program.
You say now available, I think.
Will be coming soon.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe, whatever.
Later this month.
Okay, later this month.
So Josh, just to clarify,
Yeah.
so if you're an existing Team Beachbody Club member,
Yes.
you have access to Beachbody On Demand. Those people who have access to Beachbody On Demand will now be able to see that for these programs, they'll be able to, in essence, purchase a digital-only version of it that's available to them while they are club members.
Yes.
So once my club membership stops, if I don't continue, I don't still get access to the
Right.
digital versions.
You're
of these.
purchasing the access so long as you continue your membership. If you end your membership and then a year later decide to come back, you will still have that access. But
Right.
but you must maintain that membership in order to receive that access. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so how will it look? Can you show us a little bit how?
Yeah, Carrie, why don't we go to the next slide? So when this launches later this month, the formatting of both our sneak peeks and this access is going to change just slightly. What you're seeing on the screen here is the size program page. So today, in today's world, the only people who see this page are people that own the size DVD kit and have access to the program. When this launches later this month, all members will have access to this page, and you'll notice there's two buttons on the screen. There's one in white that says sample workout. That's going to be the new way to access the sneak peek workout. So even if you don't want to purchase the unlock or you don't own the kit, that's going to be your place to access the sneak peek. What we've got circled in red here, that big orange button, that's unlock now. If you're interested in purchasing the unlock, that's going to be the destination to do so. And for the first time, we're actually going to be completing this transaction within Beachbody On Demand.
Okay, so the normal price of size is
around $60 retail.
Okay.
Yes.
And so how will this work?
So we're pricing these roughly at about 50% of the DVD kit. So Carrie, if you want to go to that slide, so we've got this for all three. For each of these, there's three options to purchase. You can purchase the base workouts only. You can purchase, if you own the base workouts, you can then purchase the deluxe workouts, or you can buy them as a bundle together. And this is the pricing. We've got the club member, so that's the 10% discounted price for those who aren't coaches. We've got the coach price as well as the PV associated with each.
So it's an important point there that you bring up the coach price and the PV, because these are, even though you're buying them through Beachbody On Demand, they're still going to have a commission associated with them that the coach will get.
Exactly.
They'll still have, it says personal volume there, it's actually personal volume and team volume. So there'll still be personal volume and team volume associated with these, and the system will know to assign those to the coach, to the coach whose customer is purchasing it.
Yep.
If a coach is purchasing it at the coach price, there is only personal volume associated with it and no team volume, just like any other purchase in any other product.
And how will this look like? So for me, I'm accessing Beachbody On Demand mostly through Apple TV or Roku.
Yep.
So what happens, what will my experience be?
So when we launch this later this month, the only way to actually purchase it will be through beachbodyondemand.com, the web platform for Beachbody On Demand. The access to the content will be available across all platforms. So once you purchase it, if you stream on the new Apple TV or on Roku or on your Amazon Fire TV, you'll be able to access the content. Right now, or at launch, you'll be required to purchase it on web. The Bill Bradford's team, the digital team, is working diligently to kind of enhance that experience, and I don't know how soon after, but they are working on the ability to purchase through all of those devices as well in the future.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's actually good because this makes tracking the PV and all that, making sure the coaches get credit, straightforward. But so these are the first three. We're going to see how this goes.
Exactly.
Do you do you have a plan for how the other releases go?
We don't have timing just yet. As you said, we don't know what to expect from this yet, and we want to make sure that kind of the dynamics of everything else going on in our business is not, is affected in a positive way. I certainly think we all hope that in the very near future, all purchase programs, so the other 6 that currently exist, will be available through this offering. But we want to wait and see what the dynamics are of this launch before we make any commitments for the remaining programs.
What happens? I'm going to give you a little surprise question. So Michael said that I need to be a member to be able to get access to this. Let's say my membership lapses, or you know what I'm saying? So I leave, and then I was like, oh man, that was the best fitness site ever. Do I have to completely rebuild my library then?
Nope. Once you make a purchase of a digital unlock, it will be with you forever, so long as when you reinitiate your membership, you're using the same email address that you used in your previous.
And that's the same for all of your purchase programs and everything. So if you decide, I don't want to be a club member for a while, and then 6 months later you come back and say, you know what, I miss it, I want to be a club member, everything that you've previously purchased, including these digital unlocks, come back with it.
Your email address is your user ID. It's what attaches you to all of the content that you have access to.
And again, just to clarify, because I know a number of coaches are accessing Beachbody On Demand via Roku or Apple TV, this can only be purchased via
the web.
Via the web. So if you're on Apple TV, the new 4th generation Apple TV, or Roku, or Amazon Fire, you won't see this. You would have to log on to beachbodyondemand.com. You will see it. You can buy it there. But once you buy it there, it will be then available on those other players.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, man. That's very exciting. Do you have any other news to share with us? Anything else you want to tell us?
Nope. We're super excited about this, and can't wait for it to launch. And we've gotten a lot of people have been asking for it, so we're looking forward to.
There's a lot of new stuff coming out. We can't talk about any of the other stuff.
Well, you have anything in mind?
Oh yeah, I can't do it. The team will get mad at me.
Maybe in a few days.
All right, a few days. We'll talk about some stuff.
Josh, just for the record, I love the hairstyle.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
I've done that a couple times.
And
it just
keeps, yours grows back.
It keeps going back.
Maybe you have to shave it all off. Maybe
you guys should try that. You guys should try growing it
Mine
back.
doesn't grow back.
No, it doesn't.
No.
All right. Well, thanks, Josh.
All right,
Appreciate
Josh.
it.
Thank you.
Hey,
All right, man.
Carl, before we jump forward, I do want to clarify. There's some confusion out there I'm hearing. So over here. So regarding the Success Club trip, there's a confusion because on the video it said $1,200 for the base room plus a $300 deposit. There's some other stuff on the website that says $1,500. So just to be clear, the $1,500 includes the $300 deposit. So it is the way we described it on the video. It's $1,200 for that base room plus the $300 non-refundable deposit. So just wanted to clarify that because I know there's some chatter on social about that.
Got it. Well, we got about 15 minutes left, and with 15 minutes left, we really probably should make a pretty special announcement and bring on a pretty special guest. What do you think?
I think so.
All right.
Well, we have every year our elite program. We have lots of coaches qualify. Almost 300 coaches we estimate are going to qualify for elite in 2015. We have our elite 10. Which are our top 10, and at Super Saturday across the country, we're going to be celebrating those Elite 10 coaches and announcing who they are, officially announcing them on Monday following that. And of course, the number one of the Elite 10 is our top coach of the year.
The big kahuna.
The big kahuna. Now, normally, everything's so tight, we have to go through all of the, check our numbers and make sure that everything's perfect before we make that announcement. But this year's top coach is actually so far ahead that we feel pretty confident that while we're going to wait to announce the other 9, I think we're ready to announce who our top coach of 2015 is. Do you want to do the honor?
So announcing, and our next guest here on The Surge, our first female 2-time top coach, Superstar Diamond 3 coach, Melanie Mitro.
Woohoo! I didn't know you
So
guys
this is
were
the first
gonna
time
do
Melanie's
that in
hearing
this
about
call.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh my gosh, thank
You
you.
did it, but you knew you did it. Look at you.
Well, it's not official till it's official, right?
That's exactly right. Well, I'm looking forward to coming to Pittsburgh for Friday night, the big Super Saturday there.
Yeah.
We get to repeat and present the hallowed basket of goodies. But you're also here to talk a little bit about how a thing that I think is so important to the success of our business, and that is how to keep challengers engaged through the program. I mean, here I am, Masters Hammer and Chisel, day 1, and I'm already thinking about throwing it in. You know what? I don't know if I need to do the workout. I feel pretty good. I feel like I got a good workout in today. I'm good for a couple of months. How are you going to keep me engaged in the challenge?
Good question. So one of the things that I feel like has really helped me keep my challengers engaged is that I've done just about every single Beachbody program that you've ever created from beginning to end. So I've been able to sort of walk people through it. But I will tell you, the minute, for example, Hammer and Chisel came out, I bought it. I started it ahead of time. I started journaling my own progress, playing with the meal plan, practicing so that I could coach my challengers through it. So I feel like a big part of what we do is that we are the product of the product. So we're sharing our journey right alongside of our challengers, our customers. So I do things like create videos. So every Monday, they get a Monday Mindset video because I've been through the process. So I know that on the first week, my customers are going to be sore. I know that by Wednesday or Thursday, they're going to be tired. They're going to want to throw in the towel. I know by the start of week 2, they're going to be saying to themselves, well, my results aren't happening fast enough. I don't see my body changing. So I've been able to sort of tailor my daily post for my challengers based on my own experience, but also what my customers say. So I'm sort of already anticipating what they might be going through and creating my own post for my challengers based on that sort of stuff. So that's really helped kind of keep people engaged if I'm sort of ahead of the game with the performance line and telling them how to reduce muscle soreness, what to eat on the weekends, because there's going to be temptations with eating out at restaurants, and everybody has sugar cravings coming off of the holidays. So how do you handle that? So I really just have a long list of posts that I've saved that I am able to share with my challengers in our private Facebook group. So that's really helped.
Now, I want to just add, just to anybody who still watching, you're listening to tips from a repeating top coach winner, and not only a repeating top coach winner, but like blew the field away. And so I would be feverishly taking notes, and you want to know how to succeed as a coach at whatever level you want to be at a coach, pay attention to what Melanie says. Now, one thing I've noticed that you do, Melanie, is you're not afraid to also admit when you're struggling. Like I've seen you that you don't like, is it the ultimate reset or the 3-day refresh that you're like, I just like to eat what I like to eat when I like to eat it. And you share that pretty liberally, that what you and Matt go through. Talk about the reality of what you're dealing with and how you share that.
Yeah, I mean, I will be honest, I would call myself the refresh failure. I would get through 2 days and then I would be like, God, I just want to eat food, and I'm just much better at just following the meal plan. Like I can do the 21-day fix, I'm fine with that. But I challenge myself to say, you know what? I'm going to do it. And so just the last time I did the 3-day refresh, Matt told me that I wasn't going to be able to do it. So I was like, absolutely, I'm going to do this. And so I made it the 3 days and I talked about it. And I write in my blog and I share through my Facebook posts because I know that what I'm going through is just like everybody else out there. For example, I just wrote my blog post last week on my Hammer and Chisel, my week 4 progress update. And I talked about our vacation last week. We were in Florida, we took some time off. I missed a couple of workouts. I allowed myself to sleep in. I talked about my nutrition and I talked about how, I drank my shake for breakfast or for lunch, how I had healthy snacks, but I allowed myself to sort of have a little extra cheats and treats because that's just life. And I want to show people that just because you maybe have a little obstacle or maybe you choose to have a little something that's not a part of the meal plan, that's life. It's all, and I always talk about the 80-20 rule, decide what you really want to splurge on and then what's really not that important, and sort of that's how I live my life. And I try to teach people that this is a lifestyle. This isn't, you don't have to be 100% 24/7, dedicated to your nutrition because life happens. And sometimes you want that piece of cake or you'd like to have that glass of wine and that's okay. And I feel like as I share those struggles, it makes me relatable to people. I don't want to paint this picture of perfection because that's not reality. And so that makes it easier for people to trust me, to take the information that I'm giving them, seriously. They know that I'm not blowing smoke, that I'm actually practicing what I preach. So I do believe it's important. Show the ups and downs, but The one thing is you see my consistency. You know, I might have a week where I sort of get off track, I do vacation, but you know what? There comes Monday. There I was this morning, 5 a.m., doing my workout, posting about it, sharing my food, back on track. So I may enjoy life, but you know that I'm always going to be there, you know, supporting and encouraging and leading by example.
Now, shifting gears just a little bit, to be able to give that kind of example and give the kind of support that you do to your challengers as a superstar diamond 3, which is effectively like 45-star diamond or more.
Or more, yeah.
And which many coaches would, at this point in their career, be thinking, how can I manage all my diamonds? And I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to be the proof anymore, right? I don't have to run challenge groups anymore. What I need to do is manage my coaches who are supposed to be doing that. How do you stay engaged with so many customers and coaches that you continue to have such success club success month over month over month?
Well, I've built I don't even want to call it a machine, but I've built my base where I have my blog, I have my Facebook page that has just gained so much traction, not because of anything, you know, not that because I paid for anything or not because I did anything crazy or out of the ordinary, but because I just showed up every single day and I created these followers in my business. So it's just a part of who I am. You know, this is my life. I live and I breathe the health, the fitness, the nutrition, the workouts. And so that part has become easy. You know, the fitness part, I've got that down pat, you know, and that allows me, and once something becomes a habit in a routine, it takes a lot less time. And so now I've freed up more time to be able to spend with my coaches and creating training and, you know, diving into the leadership and helping my coaches succeed. And because I actually, you know, I practice what I preach, they follow my lead and they see me being consistent. They see me showing up every day. They see me leading by example and they just do it because they follow my energy. You know, if I was wishy-washy or if I was on one month and then off the next, they would do the same thing. But because I lead by example, you know, and I want them to follow me, I feel like I've got to be out in the front. No matter how much success I've had, I still feel like it is my job, it's my duty that the customers and the coaches that signed up with me, that I'm showing them how to do it, that I'm just not giving them a program and letting them figure it out on their own, or signing up as a coach and just letting them go through, you know, the training on their own, but that I'm there with them every step of the way. And I feel like that personal touch is what makes them so much more successful. You know, they know that they have my commitment, that I'm there. If they're going to meet me halfway, we're going to run and do this together.
Well, that's what makes you not just the top coach, but that's what makes you a great coach. Because to achieve the scale that you've got, but still exemplify what we want coaching to be, and that is a person who truly helps people achieve their goals. We've never aspired to be a great network marketing company. We want to be a multi-level helping company. And what you have done, what you've achieved is 2 years in a row, top coach, and still managing to be so hands-on with helping your coaches get trained, helping your challengers succeed is absolutely, you know, so grateful. I have so much gratitude for what you do and the example that you set for our other coaches that I can't begin to tell you.
Yeah, and Melanie, I'm thinking maybe for the top coach thing this year that we do a synchronized swimming thing. So if you can just order the nose plugs and start working on it.
Excellent.
I'm on that. I'll get practicing.
With the flowers.
Yeah, I'll get you the cap because I have a special one in mind. But the nose plug, I know, is a personal issue.
Well, Melanie, congratulations and thank you for being on the Surge with us. And I'll see you in Pittsburgh Friday night.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank
Mel.
you.
All right, great
See
stuff.
you later,
All right.
everybody.
Now,
Bye.
speaking of Summit, this is when we get to announce that our theme of Summit this year is Stronger Every Day. And in fact, it's going to be the theme of the year. We've already started to message it a little bit in calls and events that we've had. Stronger Every Day. And that it goes for your work with Masters Hammer and Chisel. It goes with drinking that shake every day. It goes with how you support your team. It goes with the third vital behavior, doing the personal development. That's the theme of Summit, and that is the theme of our year. We want you to be as strong as possible this year so that you can attract more people like you who help us achieve this mission of ending the trend of obesity, of helping people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. That's why, frankly, I'm keeping the Masters Hammer and Chisel Challenge Pack fundraiser going, because I want you to attract people with the heart of what this company represents. That for every Masters Hammer and Chisel Challenge Pack that we sell, we'll give $5 through Monday to Upward Bound House to help a homeless family, and for every challenge pack sold, for every base kit of Masters Hammer and Chisel, it's $5, but when they get the challenge pack, it's $10 because that includes Beachbody On Demand, and that means they can join us in the Masters Challenge group and get support from me, Sagi, and Autumn as we go through this program together. But Michael, if it's okay, I'm just going to try to put the close on this thing and sort of sum it up that what we're involved in is only limited by our energy, by our vision, and by our action. We've had people, even advisors, say, well, you guys have really done a great job here in North America. That's about as big as that can get. And I'm telling you right now, we have just gotten started. 400,000 coaches, we're missing a zero and another comma. We can have millions of coaches right here in North America because there are tens, actually hundreds of millions of people right here in North America who need accountability partners, who need a higher decibel level to the importance of portion control and fitness and drinking this amazing shake and having the discipline to be a good example to your kids. There's nothing I like more. As much as I like to work out by myself first thing in the morning with no witnesses, but when I hear those little steps, those little feet coming down the steps at 6 in the morning, and I know it's my 7-year-old and he's going to sneak into that gym and interrupt me, I know I'm doing something good because he's seeing that it's important that I'm getting up and I'm doing it and I'm making the choices so I can say, you got to be more active too. And the same thing goes for the people that surround you, not just your family, but the people that you help, that you inspire. That is how important and how big what we're doing is. Like you look around you, you go to theme parks and you go to resorts or a hotel and you see the state of actually disease in this country. And it's because of the behaviors that are so easy to take over in October, November, December, and then they keep going through the rest of football season. And it's not till people start becoming aware again that they're going to have to get into that swimsuit, or they're losing a couple of belt loops, or their jeans feel like they're shrinking, and they go, I got to do something. Or worse, they get some news from their doctor that they need to make a change. Our job is not to let it get to that. And it's a huge opportunity. It's a multi-billion dollar a year opportunity that we get to share 50-50. Because you as coaches, I said it this morning, you're the tip of the spear. For us to be able to actually puncture this ballooning trend of obesity, we need you, the coaches, to get the word out about these specials, about the launch of Cafe Latte, about the launch of Master Hammer and Chisel, the specials on 21-Day Fix and 21-Day Fix Extreme, the fact that we have 22-minute hardcore from Tony Horton coming out in March, the fact that Beachbody On Demand is going to allow digital unlocks. We have 25% off the Boost bundles. We've got the Beachbody Performance Pack, which will help people who didn't think here I am, 52, literally in the best shape of my life, and I can attribute it to hard work, portion control, and Beachbody performance supplements. People don't know about that unless you tell them. We can do all the advertising, and we'll continue to do as much advertising as we can, but you're the one that makes it personal for people. So what I'm asking of you today is to stop limiting yourself and stop limiting the prospects of this business, because I'm not. I'm actually reading a book right now I think it's called How to Be Like Walt Disney. Ava, my daughter, gave it to me for Christmas. And it's an incredible book, and it just shows you what leadership can do and what having a vision can do, that's something that nobody else has ever seen. Okay, I'll tell you a quick story. I'll tell you. Okay, so Snow White. Okay, there's a song where Snow White is scrubbing the floor. Okay, and Walt Disney is listening to the woman sing the theme song to Snow White as she's scrubbing, thinking about how her life can be better. And as he's closing his eyes, he's listening to her, he goes, "Could you harmonize with yourself?" And the technology does not exist for a person to basically double their own track. She goes, "Well, I suppose I could." So he talks to his sound engineers and say, "Could you double the track? And in fact, could you then triple it and quadruple it?" He goes, "Because this is what I just saw. The bubbles will come up off your sponge and reflect. And as each bubble comes up and reflects your face, a new harmony, so that you will end up being a choir of Snow Whites." Now, this is a guy who just closed his eyes and visualized what was possible from a song that he was recording. The point of this is, you don't know what you can achieve yet. You haven't closed your eyes and visualized it yet until you've gone for it. Be like Walt. And another thing that he says is, people would say, you know, "What I love about you, Walt Disney, is you think outside the box." And he would say immediately, "There is no box. I don't allow there to be a box. So don't you allow there to be a box around you." January 4th is the start. It's a fresh start. Brand new, clean slate. We just talked to somebody who's probably making a run at top coach number 3. Well, don't you let her have it. You go to be top coach, or the top coach in whatever definition, whatever metrics you use, but do it by helping people. We've got a great opportunity. This is going to be a big year. We got the cruise coming up. We got the launch of 22-minute hardcore coming up. We got cafe latte coming up, and we got a master's challenge and challenge groups all over the country that we got to make sure that we get these people to the finish line of the program they said they wanted to start, so that we prove to the world that it can be done. We don't have to accept the trend of obesity. And it's time that we show people that taking care of yourself, watching your portions, and drinking a shake that is dense in superfood nutrition matters. It all matters, just like you matter. So that's my speech.
Pretty good.
Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time tonight. That is the January Surge. Thanks to our social team for monitoring what's going on. I'm sure there's going to continue to be some comments after this, but what you guys all do and what the whole gang in here puts together for these surges, really so impressive. And thank you for what you do as a coach. So on behalf of Michael Neiman and the whole network marketing team and the whole crew here at Beachbody and Team Beachbody, have a great night. We'll see you Super Saturday. Let's get out there and let's make lives better. Let's help people achieve their goals. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, guys.